Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Got a couple interesting stories for you. I'll be starting with this from a crypto media outlet U Today titled Ripple Helps Move 111 Million XRP. PayPal's potential acquisition target BitGo involved. That's a heaping load of XRP moving around. And then there's this headline, also from crypto media outlet U Today. Bitcoin is beating gold and silver as United States dollar is crashing, says Robert Kiyosaki. This is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, so I'm sure many of you are quite familiar with him. And it's a fun topic of conversation because he's speaking specifically about Bitcoin and how it makes more sense to invest in that as opposed to keeping your worth in the United States dollar, really any fiat currency, frankly. And to me, this is interesting because I do believe increasingly people around the world, institutions, publicly traded companies around the world, are figuring this out. And it's increasingly becoming less of an out there, if you will, type of idea. It's going to increasingly enter the mainstream. Now, as this happens, even if Bitcoin is leading the charge because it's the first cryptocurrency, this will increase exposure to the entire crypto asset class. And I personally believe that XRP is positioned to gain substantially more in terms of upward price appreciation compared to Bitcoin. And that has a lot to do with the fact that, frankly, well, first of all, I believe XRP is going to be around for as long as there's real utility for it, and there certainly is today. But also, there's way less money in XRP, so you can think, how much money would it take flowing into XRP for it to double versus how much money would it have to flow into Bitcoin for it to double? Well, way more money has to flow into Bitcoin for it to double. So just something to think about. To be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I do not. I'm not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I just think it's fun to talk about these topics as an enthusiast, engage with the rest of my fellow XRP community members, and make YouTube videos, but that's all. If you would please delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate the support, and consider subscribing if you have not yet done so, because you know it and I know it. If you don't subscribe, your life will remain incomplete. Wow, wow, wow. All right, into this piece now. Data shared by XRPL Monitor on Twitter shows that Ripple, its on-demand liquidity platform in Europe, along with custodial service BitGo and another crypto exchange, have jointly wired a total of 111 million XRP. That's worth about $29.5 million. Blockchain behemoth Ripple, that provides utility to the fourth largest cryptocurrency, XRP, has made two transfers of 16 million XRP each. These funds were wired between Ripple's internal digital wallets with the company's allegedly extra escrow wallet, RL18-VN, among them. Now, from this wallet, funds are believed to be sent to the wallets of Ripple's customers and partners, which are financial institutions. Now, Ripple often performs these operations via the BitGo platform, which combines the functions of a wallet, exchange, and a custodial service for institutional players. Now, in the above-mentioned series of XRP transfers, BitGo pushed 24 million XRP to a Ripple on-demand liquidity partner, Bitstamp, located in Luxembourg. Now, as this is all happening, and you see this, huge amounts of XRP increasingly move around the planet all willy-nilly, it's going to be interesting because XRP, it's number 4 in market cap because Tether supplanted it purely by printing 13 billion Tether this year so far anyway. You still got another month and a half or so before the year's out, so who knows how much more they're going to print. But they printed 13 billion Tether, and they're all worth $1. And so that's bigger than XRP's market cap. So that's the reason XRP isn't number 3 in market cap anymore. It's not like something bad happened with XRP or anything's worse. But what's going to be interesting, given my perspective anyways, that XRP is substantially undervalued, what's going to happen as we have the next parabolic price rally? Because we know, history repeats itself at least. We know that in 2017, XRP traded sideways for about half a year before going from 20-something cents to almost $4. And it just kind of makes you wonder, to what degree will Tether be left in the dust, even if they keep printing in a crazy fashion? Because I don't make price predictions, but I firmly believe XRP will be worth substantially more in the future. And hopefully Tether gets knocked down a few pegs. I would not I would not mind that one bit. It's also not backed on a one-to-one basis, which is rather scary to me. Into this piece now. Bitcoin is beating gold and silver as United States dollar is crashing, says Robert Kiyosaki. A famous investor in real estate, Bitcoin, silver, and gold, Robert Kiyosaki has taken to Twitter to slam the US dollar once again and remind the community that Bitcoin is beating other safe haven assets at the moment. And then they have this subheading, Bitcoin boom beating gold and silver. The person who authored the book on the financial literacy called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki, says that during the Bitcoin boom the world has been witnessing in Q3 and Q4 this year, Bitcoin is growing faster than other inflation hedge assets, gold and silver. Well, how about that? Are we surprised here? A lot of that has to do with the fact, though, let's be fair here, there's way less money in Bitcoin. But in terms of an opportunity, like where does it make sense to invest? Well, I'm never going to offer financial advice. That's just not my thing. I'm not a financial professional. It's just fun to talk about this, like I keep saying. But it makes me think of something that Michael Saylor said. And he is the CEO of MicroStrategies. That's the company that invested $425 billion into Bitcoin. And he just recently in an interview, he brought up this idea of, it's... You could be one of these people, you could be one of the few that actually recognizes the degree to which printing endless United States dollars, or pick your fiat currency. In this case, I'm talking about United States dollars. It's always the forefront of my mind when I'm thinking of fiat because I live in the United States. So there we are. But the United States government is just debasing the United States dollar, right? That's just what's happening. And we know that story ends historically not good. It's not going to go well. But he made the point that you could even figure this out and act accordingly and still have the wrong solution, with the wrong solution being investing in precious metals like gold, for example. Because he believes that it's going to be increasingly become clear that Bitcoin is better at being gold than gold is at being gold. And I personally believe any cryptocurrency that's going to have staying power, which will happen thanks to utility, frankly, will also have as a use case store of value. People will put money in assets that are scarce that they believe the world needs. So if XRP continues to be needed, I believe that money's going to flow in there as well. But you talk about gold, effectively 2%, it's got a 2% increase every year just via mining, and we don't know what the total supply is. And so those are a couple of the reasons that Bitcoin and crypto in general, it's just better at being gold than gold is at being gold, if those are the attributes that you're talking about as far as scarcity in particular. And so if you're putting your money in gold as a hedge against inflation, the point that Michael Saylor is making is if people stop doing that, essentially you might have a problem. So just be aware of that. But anyway, continuing on this piece, continuing the narrative he frequently shared on Twitter at the start of the year, the entrepreneur and fictional writer, non-fiction writer, Kiyosaki has again said in a tweet that the United States dollar is dying due to major factors. And of course, he's citing the pandemic, the lockdown that followed, and the economic stimulus measures the U.S. government responded with, printing $6 trillion United States dollars, of course, for bailouts and in stimulus checks for the U.S. population that lost more jobs than during the Great Depression from 1929 through 1930 here. And so I'm going to pull up the actual tweet here and just read this verbatim. And again, this is the official Robert Kiyosaki account. You can see here, 1.4 million followers. And this is what he tweeted out to them. Bitcoin boom beating gold and silver. What does that mean? It means you better buy as much as you can now. Train is moving. Dollar dying. Silver still affordable for everyone. As dollar crashes, what counts is not price, but how many coins of gold, silver, or Bitcoin you own. And so he differs from Michael Saylor there, obviously, who is more like, no, just put it in Bitcoin. That's pretty much his stance anyway. Kiyosaki's just like, okay, gold, silver, Bitcoin, which still is heading in the right direction. But Michael Saylor just feels like, holy hell, the average person isn't even going to recognize the problem. So at least we're ahead of the game here. But just imagine you're one of the few that recognizes the problem, but you don't bet on the right horse. That's effectively what he's saying. Just imagine that if you were one of those people. And I think he's got a solid point there. Whatever you think about the long-term viability of Bitcoin, and I'm still pro-Bitcoin for sure, but for sure crypto is going to be here. Even if we're wrong about any individual coin, the crypto asset class for sure is here to stay as long as the internet exists, because there are things that you can do with crypto and business models that can exist that could not exist unless crypto exists. Could not be more obvious to me. Is not going the way of the dodo, which is my favorite extinct avian creature. But that is it for this video, my friends. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!